So how's everything going?
Pretty good.
How's it been going back to cheer and back to school?
I'm really glad that I'm back at cheer. That really helps me to feel better.
Because there was a time you took off.
I'm glad that I came back.
And how's everything going, like, as far as your Saugus being flexible with your new schedule?
It's going good. The school is beginning to heal again, which is good for everybody. So November 14th, there was a shooting at Saugus High School where I attend. So that morning, I just started getting ready. I woke up like a normal day. I got all the way dressed. I put on an extra cute outfit, and I was waiting by the door for my mom, who was running late, like a couple minutes behind with Ashley.
Get ready, let's go. Put Ashley, she's eating breakfast. Haley is getting ready. At this point now, I'm running behind. And so Haley was standing at the door. We need to go, we need to go. And I just kept going, okay, give me a minute. Like, I have to get this situated for your sister. And then you hear gunshots. I had my back door open, but I wasn't quite sure like what it was. It was just strange in the order that they had come in.
I was like, come on, like, we need to go. I'm gonna be late. And she was like, hold on, hold on, hold on. And then we all started getting messages and calls and texts like, don't go to school, don't go to school, don't go to school. And we found out there was an active shooter.
Thank God we were running late that day and she wasn't there yet. And right when those calls came in, it was like almost hard to believe, you know, like you're almost just in shock. And then you just go into like mom mode of, okay, where are these kids at?
We went to Central Park to go get as many kids as we could and just to be there for support. So we were there for a couple hours and we saw a lot of different kids there.
Kids were running down to the park and that was going to be the evacuation station. And pulled up there and just kids just scattered everywhere. It just was very surreal, very like almost Twilight Zone, like what is happening? This isn't our school, this isn't what happened. By that time the phone is still going off with different people saying, I can't get there in time, can you look for my daughter, can you look for my son? And having my younger one with me during all this was so traumatic.
It was crazy. There was helicopters landing, there were like sirens like crazy. It was just like unbelievable. And then to like, you'll see it on the news, you'll hear it here, but you don't ever hear like, oh, your school. Like, no, the one that you were at yesterday, yeah, like no, people just died where you stand, which was just crazy to think.
I know you guys just had that scare last Friday. What happened last Friday at school?
So one of the golf carts ran over debris and it caused a loud sound, so a lot of kids ran off campus thinking that it was another shooting.
How many kids were missing that day?
Over 200 people left after that.
I heard that it's at the PTSD
yeah.
all over again for a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Some kids who got hurt again, leaving campus trying to run off.
That too. Yeah, a lot of people ran a couple blocks and like tripped and fell or got trampled on the way. There's like a lot of active shooter drills that are done at school because this is such a common thing, unfortunately, but it's never the same as a drill. It's completely different. Like, it's not the same type of panic as if something was really happening.
When do you think you'll be ready to go back into the group setting with all your friends from church and get back into that whole thing?
I just don't feel ready to go back to the whole group setting.
And I think you still need to go to Hume this year, even if Gracie won't be there?
I think so too. Hume's a good time. It's a lot of learning.
A lot of reflecting and just getting back to where you were.
For sure. Gracie, it was an amazing girl with like the kindest heart, and she was shot and killed. I met her, I think in 4th grade. We did like a mid-season cheer team together, and we would fly next to each other. We talked about it even this year, like how we couldn't believe that like we met at such a young age and did cheer, and then we were in the same church group, and we went to Hume Lake together for a Christian camp, which was awesome and super fun. And we've also been in a couple classes together from 7th grade on. It's just really sad and makes me miss her even more. I don't want to cry.
I just want you to be back to who you were before. As a parent, you stay strong, and we've never been in this situation. You don't know how to approach your kids. You don't know what they're feeling. And honestly, I was concerned about Haley because she was and always has been raised in a gym where you don't really show a lot of feeling. You know what I mean? You're mentally strong and you just deal with it. And so when she wasn't talking much about it and she wasn't reacting, I guess, in a way that I thought would be normal, I actually reached out to the school, and not just the counselor, but the mental health that they had there. If
I'm being completely honest, it's been probably, I think, 2 months or so after the shooting, and it's finally just hitting me that it really happened. And for a while, I just didn't really talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about how I was feeling, and I just kind of shut down. I feel just with my personality, I always try to put on a little, no, everything's great, it's okay. And then with this, I just felt I wasn't there, so I shouldn't be this upset over it. There were other people who were closer to the shots or that were actually at school, so why am I one to be so upset?
She stopped going to SMOED. She was taking that time off while the school was off. We had gone away for the weekend. We told her, you're going to go to practice today. And she had a complete meltdown and didn't want to accept that practice was back, school was coming back. And when I came back into town, my phone was blowing up, and she had messaged Eddie that she was not going to be able to fulfill her obligation for the rest of the season, and that she would be an alternate if he needed her. And then the next text that came in was I can't believe I just did that, Mom. What is wrong with me? And it was just her mental state of mind at the time. What classes are you doing at school tomorrow?
English and bio.
Okay. Will you be staying for library?
No.
To do work, or are you
I'm gonna do that on Wednesday.
Okay. Anything else that we need to?
No, I'm just gonna help Ashley with a little bit more stuff, and I'll be done for the day.
So since you've started this schedule, do you like it better?
Yeah, I like it a lot better. It's a lot easier for me to manage. I feel now I'm finally realizing if I was there or not, it's still a traumatic event, and it still happened at school. It still was with my friends, it was with people that I love, and so I kind of am starting to understand why it really affected me the way it did. SMOED is what keeps me going, and so if I don't have that, then what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna sit at home all day? I can't do that. I feel after I quit, I realized this is my way to heal, so I need to go back to it. It wasn't just me thinking that it actually hurt me, it really did. And it was such a crazy event that I wasn't letting myself have emotion towards. And I finally felt I was letting myself have emotion after that, so I could start to heal.
So Bakersfield GSSA, day one was a little shaky and it wasn't our best hit. And then day two we hit solid, and everyone thought that we were gonna get the bid. It was gonna be us and SMOED.
Day one was awful. My little babies basically threw themselves on the floor like little piggies and rolled all over the mud. It was a pretty bad day one, honestly. I mean, we went on to day two and they had an amazing routine. The crowd literally jumped off their feet. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough, I guess is the word you can say.
We got a text right when we were all getting excited for the bid, and Orby was relax. It was SMOED and Black Ops that got the bid. We were all okay, we have to be happy for them. It's all good. We're gonna get the bid up on Springs. So
after GSSA, results come out and we lost this bid by 0.05, which is it's so tough, because I mean, dang, if you heard that crowd, if you were in the atmosphere and you were there, and you watched our routine, you're looking at us I mean, we hit compared to the other teams, but when it came down to the score sheet and the numbers that we needed, we lost. Like we couldn't hang.
It was hard. We got it last year there, and the goal was to get it again this year, and we didn't. So the kids took it kind of hard. Unfortunately for us at that competition, I only had 7 kids that decided to throw one of fulls. Everybody else kind of punked out, threw one of layout. And if you don't hit your numbers, you're not going to get the score that you're looking for, and that's exactly what happened.
We get scored on a varsity score sheet throughout the season, and then at Worlds it becomes a whole different score sheet, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. When it comes to tumbling, we don't have as much tumbling at Worlds. We're so stunt-based, and we got exposed, and it showed.
Yes. Soft motions and soft claps are for losers. Don't do that. And cut it!
I don't know why, but it always happens to us. A day or two before every event, something drastic happens, and you know, the same thing happened for GSSA. So we called Angelina, and she came in and literally learned the whole entire routine in like 30 minutes.
All right, guys. And 1, 2, grab 3, dip 5, 7, grab. Let's go, guys. Dip 3, hit 5, 6, 7.
So I hurt my back really bad like 2 years ago, a week before Worlds. And a week before the last competition, it started hurting really bad. So they put Angelina on my spot in case I couldn't do it, but I wanted to compete. So I just did pyramid and basket, and that was it.
GSSA passed. Now we're getting ready for Palm Springs. Angelina is now permanently in Ilse's spot. 2 things happened. Ilse got hurt. She had to take some time off, and at the same time that she was taking time off, she got a call from Cirque du Soleil that she got accepted.
I did a tryout for the Cirque du Soleil, and I got a call on Friday, and they told me I got accepted to go. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. They contacted me like a long time ago, but they just asked me for videos, and they never told me like if it was for sure or no, or they never really tell me anything about dates. And they just called me and they told me like, oh, it's April, so are you able to do it or not?
That's extremely exciting for her. For me, I mean, I always want what's good for my kids, so if that's what she wants to do with her life, who am I to hold her back?
10 years ago, I did a tryout for the circus. It was everything online. I sent some videos. I was just done with school, with college. So I was like, I want to go. And I got an email back saying there, oh, so you were like selected to do a tryout. So I had to go to Vegas to do the tryouts. But I was not working, or I didn't have any money. I just got done with college, so I told my parents, and they were like, no, you're not going. What if you get accepted? Like, are you gonna leave? And I was like, yes. So they didn't really want me to go, and I always been wanting to do that. So it's like huge right now. I have to leave on April 14 for a 2 weeks training, and then I go on a cruise the 24th. So I won't be able to go to Worlds.
It does suck for the team. You know, she's been on the team for a long time. She's a veteran. She understands level 7. So that was a hard hit.
This is my 5th year on the team. I've learned a lot about everything, like cheer, English. I remember my first year, I couldn't even like talk to anybody.
She doesn't know a lick of English, not even a hello, my name is. So es hombro y cabeza primero, necesitamos las manos primero y después los hombros. ¿Entendiste? Al otro.
She finally has the opportunity to move on in life. She's getting close to her, I'm gonna say the damn, you know what I mean? She's getting a little bit older, and I don't want to hold her back. If what she wants to do is Cirque du Soleil and she finally got accepted to her dream, I don't want to be the guy that holds her back. So it sucks that we lose her on the team, but that makes me feel good for her, and I'm really proud of her.
I feel like I didn't have any friends or anything, so it's like way different now that I can actually like talk to everyone. I'm honestly really grateful with Orby and everyone here. It was a dream for me, and I was just gonna do it for 1 year, and then I just couldn't stop doing it because I love doing it, and it's way different to do it here than in Mexico. So yeah, I would do it again if I could.
Yeah, you just grab, and then from here, just pop it up to right here, okay? So grab on 3, dip 5, you're up on 7, and then that one hip opens on 1, okay? Prep up for right now, and 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, grab 3, dip 5, up, 7, open hip. Okay, bring it down. Flop over the front. So going into Palm Springs, our freshman routine was becoming a JV routine, and we're just trying to get all the upgrades in right before Dallas. We don't want Dallas to be the first competition where we do upgrades, so we try to do them right before Dallas.
It's really stressful to like get a bid because we're lacking skills too. So it's just like I wanted to push for the team and get like that certain skill to like max out on the category. So on my side we have Angelina in and just basically teaching her everything, and we're just trying to get things like a little bit more like cleaner and make it like hit high on the score sheet.
Switch your hands, keep them the same.
Okay.
This one on the thigh and this one under the shoulder.
If I can get that right arm in.
Yeah, but then it would have to be flipped backwards.
Okay.
There's no time for it. Once we get over Palm Springs, then we'll come up with a better solution, but we just gotta keep it moving. So keep that hand here, manhandle it right here, and then just toss. And your toss should be a toss and you're almost rolling into it. Okay?
Palm Springs. I know everyone's talking about this dang curse. Like that was years ago, but everybody still wants to bring it up. But we can still get a bid there. I think they're giving out 4 full paid bids and we can only get 1 of them. All right, international teams only have the chance to get 1. And there's a lot of international teams going for it, so it's gonna be a tough race. Cheer Force Infinity is gonna be there. They always come to play. If we don't get the bid at Palm Springs, we have 1 more shot to get a full paid bid. And if not, then we're fundraising. And we gotta pay for everything, which sucks. Like, it's a lot.
5 over 7 and 1. We gotta get Gabby's group behind more. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 3. Try it again.
Orby's trying to push these upgrades. I mean, he's constantly trying to push these upgrades and just push us and raise the bar and you know, keep us on our toes. And we're trying to hit that, and if that doesn't hit in this short amount of time, then we're going back to kind of what we had before, which is good, but still doesn't feel good enough. You know, this is why we need these upgrades.
And 5, 6, hold. 3, 4, 5, hold. Catch. 3, 4, 5, 6, hold. Catch. Here we go.
Breathe inside, breathe inside.
It just never fails. Every time that we're getting ready for something, something happens. If I'm being honest with you, Palm Springs is my least favorite competition. I just don't enjoy that competition. It's very hectic. Then we've never done well there. I'm not really sure why we don't do well there. So going into Palm Springs, I was already kind of stressed out, but we're not hitting the way that we should be hitting.
We're gonna try our best to do like the best, you know what I mean? To max out on all like the categories just so we can get that bid.
I'm going to school right now to get my bachelor's in the science of nursing, and that takes up a lot of time, and I was just kind of going back and forth like, you know, am I going to put school back again because I'm putting other things in front of it, you know?
It's only a matter of time till the next athlete tells me work or school or this or that. And fortunately for me, Joey was available. Up 2 and 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 6, 7 up 8.
Joey, hey, let's go, big boy. The legend himself is back.
Definitely, 100% for sure, this will be my last time. Yeah.